Welcome to the San Clemente Podcast, the only local podcast in the best beach town in the world. We're here to bring you weekly episodes highlighting everything from sports, culture, entertainment, politics, and everything else this beach town has to offer. Welcome back to the San Clemente Podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Moore. Brian De La Puente, my co-host, and I are very excited for the guest that we have on today. He is a San Clemente legend. He is a USC absolute rock star, Heisman Trophy runner-up, and most recently a Super Bowl champion. So Sam, thank you so much for coming on our podcast.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. I don't know if the Heisman Trophy thing is a real thing, but
it was a runner-up though, wasn't it? Or
yeah, it was probably 5th or 6th in voting.
Yeah, but that's still a big deal.
Maybe 7th. I don't even know.
Yeah, but coming from
I didn't go to New York, so.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't. No. But way to do your research before the podcast.
Wait, really? Brian, you told me. Oh, dude.
Let's start over.
No, that's hilarious. We got to keep that in. That's so funny.
But a Heisman Trophy runner-up nonetheless, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess everybody is.
Yeah, I guess I was too.
Yeah. Brian was a Cal.
Somewhere on there. I might have been 10,000.
No, but seriously, this is great. Thank you guys so much for having me on. This is awesome.
What a couple months, dude. I mean, you went Super Bowl champion. It was just so you can hear, San Clemente was so behind you. It was so much fun to be a part of. It was a really fun time to be a Sam Darnold fan. So we are fired up. Our goal here today is to kind of your progression through San Clemente, through sports, through your family, what school, high school, sports, all of it. So yeah, we're just we're excited. I got a lot of questions I want to ask, but let's just start with kind of where did we go to elementary school and kind of start us off.
Yeah, it's actually really cool too. Dick Hammer caught a lot more heat.
Steam.
Yeah, it caught a little snowball effect there for a little bit, and that was great too. I feel like
for everyone, that's grandpa, right?
That's my grandfather. He passed away in '99. Okay. So I never actually got a great chance to to interact with him a ton. Yeah. But his legend lives on, man. Yeah. And what a legend he was.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So he was the original one of the, what was there, 4 Marlboro Man?
Yeah, I think that's what people say. He was one of the original 4.
He went to USC.
Yep.
Played volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
Just like was he a fireman?
Yep. Yeah.
I just did everything.
Played basketball, volleyball at USC. Played volleyball in the '64 Olympics in Tokyo.
Jeez.
He was a captain of the firefighting squad. Obviously Marlboro Man, and then he actually played a captain of a firefighting squad on a show called Emergency.
Oh, no way.
So he was an actor as well.
What a badass. That Dick Hammer.
Yeah.
Since you gave me a hard time for doing my research, we got to talk about Dick Hammer for a second because we were in here the other day and we were talking about Dick Hammer.
Yeah.
And again, I'm like, dude, with a name like that, obviously you're just a badass. I'm like, I think he still teaches at I was 100% sure. I'm like, he still teaches actually at San Clemente High School. I think he actually teaches the drug and rehab. And Brian's like, no, I'm like, dude, I'm almost 100% sure he does.
He actually won the Heisman Trophy, believe it or not.
Brian pulled it up. I'm like, yeah, no, he doesn't.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
Such a legend.
Yeah, no, he's a legend, and I think the local bar here in San Clemente, Knuckleheads, they had above their sign something about Dick Hammer, so that was really cool. Like during the Super Bowl, and it's just it's really cool, man, just to see all the local things that were going on. To your point, Brian, about just the shirts, everything that was going on in San Clemente with, during that whole run, it was pretty special just to see all the support, throughout those couple weeks. It was pretty special.
What did you know early on in the season last year that you guys had a special team?
I love to say training camp was, I think a few weeks into training camp, once we got into competing, and then, honestly, we had a joint practice with the Packers, who obviously we know, a lot of the guys on their team, pretty good offense, pretty good defense as well. And, just to the way that we competed against them in that joint practice later on in training camp, I think that was when I realized the kind of team, the potential that we have, because obviously in the NFL, you got to take it one week at a time.
Sure.
If you don't, the NFL will, chew you up and spit you right out. So it was a process, as it always is, but I could kind of tell we had a special team. I saw the special talent we had on offense. Obviously on defense, I felt that every day with the scheme and the players that we have, that we had last year. So just an incredible team that I was so lucky to be able to play quarterback for, and great coaches as well. I think that doesn't get talked about enough, is the coaches that we have on our staff, and just the job that they were able to do throughout the season. Of like, we talked about it a little bit in out there in the lobby of your guys' cool little podcast studio here, which is really cool. But it was just how we were able to mix up our offense and give same looks, but showing different plays, and changing up the run game, being able to run keepers off of the run game. For the football nerds out there, they'll appreciate this. Sure. But and then Mike McDonald, just what he was able to do scheme wise with our defense, and the coaches that we have on the defensive staff. Again, there were some times throughout the season where we went ones-on-ones, whether it was 2-minute situations or just practice in general. And man, it was tough going up against our defense, because there's smart dudes on defense too. Like, you're not getting a ton of great tells from the safeties of the nickel, right, who's coming or what's going on. So, it's just a great team. I could go on and on about the guys that we had and the coaches that we had.
Well, you bring up a interesting point. So I coach my son in Pop Warner football, and I coach my other son in Little League baseball. How important is it, or what advice, like as a coach, do you have for someone like myself, or just the coaches in our community? What can they do to make like a huge impact, or what coaches do you look back on that you remember, and what was it that they did that stuck with you over the years?
Man, that's such a good question.
That's a big question.
It is a big question.
That's a lot of coaches, a lot of
that's a lot of coaches, a lot of questions.
No, I think for me, like, you got to know who you're coaching, right? You got to know the kid. You got to know their personality. I think that's huge, because like as a quarterback too, like talking to my receivers, talking to O-linemen, a lot of O-linemen are the same, but so that's a little bit easier. But
predictable.
Good. I'm glad he's picking on you too, dude. I feel that.
No, I mean like in a great way. Like, O-linemen are, they want you to hang out with them.
For
That's
sure.
basically it. You know what I mean?
Be
like,
my friend.
Just be my friend. But no, and then like there's receivers, tight ends, running backs that are all different. And for me, like, you gotta know who they are. Like if a guy, responds really well to,
like a positive affirmation,
or even a guy that likes to be, laid into a little bit on the practice field in front of his peers. Like, oh shit, like Sam's, I don't necessarily rip guys, but I'm like, hey dude, like in front of everyone, hey, you ran that route at 10 yards, make sure you get to 12 and come right back to me. Don't drift towards the sideline. Like just stuff like that. There's guys that respond to that really well. And then there's other guys maybe where like I would go up to him in the locker room after, or maybe even one-on-one on the field right after it happens, be like, hey dude, like make sure you just get to 12 and come right back down to me.
He doesn't want to get ripped in front of everybody.
He just doesn't. Yeah. He's like, it's just knowing your personnel, KYP kind of thing. So, but again, I think, going back to your question, like, I think you just got to know the kid. You got to know the kid that you're dealing with. And I think, for me personally, like I loved like being coached hard. That always, and like a coach that was like, hey, you got to do this better. And then he would kind of leave. Right. Like he wouldn't, you know what I mean? It was like, oh shoot, like, I got to do that better. Right. And so that to not disappoint him. And I think, but again, that was kind of how I was raised, was like, I had so much respect for my elders. But I had like so much respect for the people that were coaching me. And so I think that's where that came from. But again, I think like there's so many different ways to coach, and there's not one right way to do it. But I think a great start is like getting to know the kids that you're coaching. Yep. And again, like sometimes, especially in this day and age, like it's tough to be hard on kids. Sure. I feel like, you guys would definitely know more than me, 'cause I don't have kids. You guys do, but, I feel like that can be lost a little bit now, is like when you get on a kid, like, and him feeling like, oh man, like I don't want to disappoint the coach. And whenever I felt like I was disappointing the coach or my teammates, that's when I really picked myself up, and I wanted to try even harder that way. But again, there's kids that could shut down
from that kind of coaching. Yep. You see it both ways.
For sure. When you came to Seattle as the new guy, but the guy. How did you do that? How like to quickly pick up on the way guys responded to you as being the new leader, right? You came in as that. There wasn't a clear competition. It was like, Sam's our guy. We're going forward with Sam as our quarterback. Let's go. How did you approach that, trying to manage all of those new relationships?
Yeah, I think it's so interesting, right? Because like I've had, you know, it's not great to have a ton of reps at that, but I've had reps at going to new teams recently, and so like I spent 3 years in New York, and then right when I got to Carolina, I felt like a weird pressure to like get to know my teammates just as well as I knew my teammates in New York, where it was like, I like thought I literally, it was a couple days into OTAs in Carolina, and I was like, that's not possible to like know my teammates the same way I knew my teammates in New York for 3 years. Right. You know what I mean? So it was like, I'm just going to be myself every single day. You know, and guys that I get along with, great. We're probably going to spend a little bit more time outside the facility. And guys that, you know, aren't necessarily in the same, you know, personality type, or guys that I wouldn't normally hang out with. Sure. I would just go out of my way to kind of get to know them, you know, sit next to new guys in the cafeteria, things like that. But be natural with it. Like, you don't, like, I never felt like I had to like go out of my way to get to know people. And so, I think just as I got older too, like just understanding like, okay, like it's natural. Like, I'm just going to go up to, you know, there's only one other guy eating breakfast in the cafeteria. I'm not going to go sit at another table. I'm going to go sit next to my teammate, chop it up, get to know him a little bit, and that'll be great.
Even if he's a lineman, you'll still go.
Even if he's a lineman, yeah, or even if he plays defense. Yes. I love the defensive guys too. But even if it is talking a little, you know, crap with them. But
did any of your coaches take that into account, like the psychology of the team? Did they make extra effort?
Yeah, I think
to do anything special.
Yeah, for sure. There was one thing I know I was talking to you guys earlier about it, but we did these things called walk and talks. You know, during OTAs, we would, you know, our coach once a week would get, you know, groups of 7, 8 guys, and you know, coaches included. Coaches from defense would be mixed with, you know, guys from offense, defense. You know, everybody would just be mixed in together. Guys from the strength staff would be in on it. So it was literally like everyone on the team was just mixed and mingled, and would go in these different groups. And the coaches who were in charge of leading the conversations would get a list of questions. They could go on tangents, they could go on different questions, but they would just have a list of questions to ask the guys and go around the table. And so that was a really cool way to get to know people, for sure, in a very natural setting.
Yeah, just something that question reminded me of. In New Orleans, Coach Payton had these deliberate, like, when the team was just the team, like, for example, we played a Dallas Thanksgiving game and we beat them in Dallas on Thanksgiving, and we had a long weekend till we played the next time, or next Sunday. So we get to the plane, everyone's fired up, big game. The flight to Dallas to New Orleans is 45 minutes. Coach Payton gets on the whatever, the headsets in the airplane, and is like, "Hey guys, I just told the pilot to take the long way home. Check under your seats." Everyone's like, "What?" You know, everyone's got a 6-pack of beer under their seats, and we flew over Arkansas for 4 hours.
No way.
And
that is awesome.
And so everyone, you share this common, like, now we have this common bond together that's not necessarily training football. Yeah. It's like outside the facility, but it's not.
Yeah. I'm sure there were some guys too that were like, fuck, dude, I just want to go home.
I just want to get to my bed.
Yeah, dude, he like.
That's how I feel like I would have been like, dude, we can like party when we get home. Like, maybe we land the plane.
It was so much fun.
I'm sure that was so fun.
Like, those things though, like, as a coach, you don't know what's happening when it's happening, but in hindsight, you're like, oh, this is like thought out, right? Like, the psychology of the team, and the good teams are the teams that care about each other because they know your wife, they know your kids, they know kind of what makes you tick and what's bugging you, what's not bugging you. And to hear that, like, that is something that is part of building those special teams, and it starts in April. You know?
For sure. So we had a great group too. Like, I think all of our position groups on our team, there were like 2 or 3 great leaders that have been in the league for 5+ years, 4+ years, I should say. But like that is so rare, I feel like today in the NFL, and because there's so much young talent that's coming up from college, but to have like these older guys that are like so, and they're not just like older guys that just keep their head down and go to work. Like they're trying to pick guys up and lead by example, and they lead, vocally as well. But it's so special to have a group like that where you can have like this leadership.
Yeah.
Where like we all meet with Mike, and maybe Mike delivers a message, and we're like, we weren't necessarily feeling that one, or like Mike delivers a message, which is what usually happens, and we're like, oh, dude, like, we really liked what you said there. Like, I think you can just continue to hammer that home with the guys. Like,
right.
And then now you have guys in the locker room where like you might get one guy from a position group who's like a rookie. He's like, man, what is Mike talking about with that? And then you have older guys that are like, bro, like, this is what he's talking about. This is what will help us win. Like, shut up and just do your job. Yeah, exactly. And so like to have older guys that are, that want to win and
Sure.
do things the right way, like that's incredibly helpful for making a run.
That's so awesome too.
Yeah.
And you've been a part of 5, I think, different organizations.
Yeah.
And each one of them.
That?
Yeah, I should fact check it.
Yeah.
I think it was 5.
That's 5.
Yeah, okay.
That's great. That's great. Yeah.
In each organization to build a culture, does that start from day one? And is it key to having a few like critical leaders within it? Like, I'm always interested in how
Like
that
every
works.
team,
Yeah.
you're saying like,
Is every team
what's different about these teams?
exactly between
Yeah.
the 5 you've been at? Like,
I think the commonality with the good teams that I've been on is there's veteran leadership. And I'm not saying you can't do it with younger guys, but I think it's important to have older leadership, veteran leadership, guys that have been in the league for 5+ years, that are leading the team. And because it's,
Almost self-governed. Like the team can the coach doesn't need to be the hammer all the time.
Exactly.
Like the veteran lineman is handling the rookie.
Exactly.
Like, hey dude, we don't do that shit. Like, this is how we do it.
Yeah. And they're handling it in their position room.
Yes.
It's not necessarily on the field in front of everybody. Like I was just talking about, like they handle it internally in their position rooms. And I think that's where having great leaders in all the position rooms is huge. But dude, it's different everywhere. To your point though, like, the vibe is different everywhere. Like some teams are more cliquey. Some teams are like interacting with everybody. Like, in Seattle, like the team was just like, so it was one. And we would play this game. It's called shadow boxing, which I think has been well documented at this point. But like we would just play a game with each other in the locker room where like it's literally based off head movement, and you go like this, and the winner, everyone goes crazy. It's like a game that you'd probably see your kids playing. But it is
just at the end of the day, there's a bunch of big kids.
100%. We're going out there, we're playing football, and then we're shadow boxing in the locker room after practice. And we have coaches calling us like, hey, you guys come to meetings?
Right.
Like,
but you guys had that culture almost from day one in Seattle, or was it?
Dude, I think these like walk and talks where we're like hanging out with each other helped a lot.
Were they did you feel forced at the beginning? Like
at the beginning, for sure.
Like, this is stupid.
At the beginning, I know
you got these set of questions, like, but then I would imagine that
there was a little bit of me that felt that way, for sure. And I think that's just human nature. Like, I think I was just witnessed San Francisco. Like, we never did that with the 49ers, and we ended up going to the Super Bowl. So I was like, we don't have to do this to make it, but like we did it in our own way. And Coach Mike and his staff, like, especially Coach Mike, like he had a thing that he wanted to do and a mission that he was on, and he committed to it, and he committed to that message of delivering it to the players. And we really, as players, we took it and ran with it. And I think that's where, as a coach, like that's where you become really proud of the team that you've kind of created.
Oh yeah. To see him pick up on it and run with it.
I'm sure even in youth sports, in youth sports, you guys probably see that, right? Like you teach a kid something and you see him go do it. Like, that's powerful.
It is. It's rad when, hey, my 5-yard out means to go 5 yards. It's not a 20-yard fade.
No, you see these kids when they start working together, and you see the bonds that they're building, and you can just it's hard to pinpoint it, but you can just tell there's going to be something special there. It really, like, it's
Can you tell in youth sports, like when these guys are practicing, like, oh, we got a good squad?
Oh yeah,
for
It's
sure.
probably easier in youth sports because
you know what
you're like, oh,
happens
I
a
got
lot?
athletes.
Yes.
Like, we're good.
You know what happens is you can stack teams. Like I'm lucky that my little guys' buddies are good. So like
Yeah.
it helps when that is the case. And then you stick together for a handful of years and you're like, oh, hey, I remember that all stops is everyone doing 5-yard hitches.
For sure.
And if you're running a 3-3, you can't stop it.
For sure.
And I'm going to do it until you stop it. And it's like, it's fun because I also, from like a lineman, I don't know the route, like what beats cover 2 or whatever.
Sure.
So my dad helps me coach.
Yeah. Well, after this, we can.
I need. Can you give me some cover 2 beats?
Show me your playbook.
Yes.
Let me know what kind
got
of
a full-
coverages that you guys are facing.
You'll pick it apart.
Dude, we will dial it up, dude. We will dial it up.
I cannot wait until you have kids. You're gonna be all
Dude.
in.
But we got to get good pass pro.
Do you know Dennis Pitta at all?
Yeah.
So Dennis was a tight end for the Ravens. His son and my son are buddies, and they play basketball, and we coached flag football together. And we were in Vegas, and he was getting ready for tackle football, and he was the offensive coordinator. His playbook, dude, I'm like, you need to simplify this. He had power.
It's like West Coast.
I'm like,
Gary Kubiak.
oh my God. I'm like, dude, and then the whole season, DLP, we need you to come out. My linemen suck. We can't do anything. That we can't run. We don't know which way we're going. I'm like, it's because you have 40 plays in your offense.
Yeah.
So
Dumb it down.
Dude, I'm such a simple person too. I go back to, I'm like, guys, these are just kids.
Yeah.
It's just little league. They're just 12-year-olds. Why don't we coach them on how to become just like better all around and get their confidence up and get them fired up to come out and play?
it's the foundation.
And
These are the foundation.
Yeah.
years.
They're
Well,
just
it's a fine line, right?
It's such a fun. It is.
Because you want to be like good. You want to be good.
You
So
want
you're
to
like,
you
we
want to
gotta
win.
have good plays.
Exactly.
But at the same time, like if you have good players, like that beats a good play
Yeah.
every time.
I think equity at this age is very important. Like winning is important. Winning is fun. That's why I tell the kids, I'm like, we're going to go out here every time we step on the field, we're going to try to win. But we also are going to have fun. We're also going to learn about football. We're also going to learn about baseball, whatever sport it is. We're going to have good sportsmanship and we can control our attitude. Those are the things that I think at the 8, 10, 12-year-olds is you're setting a foundation for like, hey, if you don't like the call the ref makes, we're not going to go up to the ref and complain about. That's not what we're going to do.
Right.
So what I try to do with the kids is equity. Everyone's going to play similar amounts. We're going to try to win. We're going to play hard, and we're going to control our attitude and effort. And then whatever happens, happens.
My son struck out looking the other day. I'm like, no dinner for you tonight. Can't look at that ball go down.
Yeah.
I would never.
Baseball,
of course, dude.
baseball is tough, man. That was the only sport, the youth sport, where we had a draft.
Yeah.
So we did it was like a pseudo combine thing. I played at DPYB. I know San Clemente people are going to kill me for that.
No, Dana Point's good though. Yeah.
Dana Point youth
Yeah.
baseball was so fun, and we did like a pseudo combine where we would like run bases, hit, pitch, do all these things, and then we had a draft.
Yeah.
And it made we couldn't, like in Pop Warner, I think you can just play with your buddies, like you mentioned. But it made it so that there was a coach and an assistant coach, and their sons were automatically together. But then they would draft the rest of the kids, and
Yeah.
I thought that made it so fun.
Yeah.
Because
Because you're also playing your buddies,
you're playing your buddies,
which I think is super fun.
and
too.
it's like it's so mixed, and like the talent level is like so even.
Yeah. That's how the little league in town does that. Too.
And
Yeah.
and as a coach, it's so fun to draft too.
Dude,
It's so fun.
I remember too during those days, like we'd be 6 innings, it'd be the bottom of the 6th, we'd be down like 2, and you'd get down to like your 7, 8, 9 hitters, and you'd be like, oh man,
Come on.
like
Come on, bro.
come on
Oh,
guys,
lean in a
Just a
prayer.
walk. Just give me a walk, like watch 4 pitches.
Lean into one.
Yeah, lean into one for sure. We're like, we just need one guy to get on base, and then we're back up to the top of the lineup, and we're rolling.
It's so cool that you talk about this. I have a game tonight at 6:00 at Vista Hermosa for my 11-year-old. It is so fun.
Those are sweet fields too.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
So my Ken's can't handle it.
But
She walks, she paces. She's like, because football, she played soccer, like fast tempo stuff. The baseball, the spotlightness of it, she like,
anxiety.
She's just like, because she can't do anything.
Yeah.
And like my little guy was like, Mom, she's trying to be super positive, right? Like because you can hear everything. You're close. He was telling me, he's like, Mom talks to me when I'm batting. And I'm like, what are you hearing? What is she saying?
Like she's in the backstop.
She's just like, but she says, let's go Case. And I'm like, dude, that's not bad. She's just like cheering.
Yeah.
But he hears it as like, let's go Case.
Like, come on.
Like,
do better.
Yeah, let's go. Instead of like, you got it, buddy. Let's go. And that's what she's saying. But I'm like, we're just going to be quiet. Okay. So it's so
funny. I'll drive by and like see a game going on, and I'll see that one parent in the outfield, like watching from the fence. And you're like, that's the guy that's like way too loud.
Yeah. No,
and he's like talking to the ump the whole game. They're like, dude, you got to go watch the game from the outfield now.
That's the chill spot out there. Cause you can actually say what you're thinking.
Yeah.
So when you get to those 7, 8, 9 hitters, you're like, come on, buddy, you got it. Instead of if you say that with everyone in the group, you get.
Oh yeah.
No,
we've got a kid that bats in that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 order, dude. And his dad is every time back of the box, video camera out. I'm like, why are you doing that to your kid, dude? Why are you doing that?
I just thought of this though. Speaking of 7, 8, 9, so like freshman year of baseball was, and this is why I think it's great to play multiple sports, but it's also pretty humbling. This was a humbling experience for me. I left basketball and they had already, my freshman year of baseball, they had already kind of established the team, and the coach had been coaching them for a couple months. They had been playing, but we hadn't gotten to our freshman season yet. And so I get right after basketball, I'm practicing baseball, but the lineup's already set. And so I'm like, oh man, like, how am I going to get in? Our baseball team was great. We had a couple kids from my draft class, my senior class get drafted into the MLB. But so I was like, man, where am I going to fit in? Like, when am I going to fit in? Is it going to be like halfway through the season, 3/4? Am I never going to see the field? So I was like, dang, just kind of like waiting for and then halfway through the season, I finally get a shot, and the coach puts me in this other basketball player, and Cade Griffin. And, but he puts me at right field. I bet sixth, but I'm in right field. And that was the spot. You know, don't let your kids listen to this podcast, but that was the spot where you like put the other kid, because the ball never gets hit there. So that was like a very humbling moment for me, because I was like, I'm usually like third base, shortstop, maybe pitcher. But maybe center, but he put me in right field.
Yeah. Did that kill you too? Was that like
it killed me a little bit? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it did. And but I started to, catch some fire with the bat, so that made me feel a little bit better. But after the freshman baseball season, I quit.
You did.
I did.
You're like, dude.
Yeah. And my dad, I think he would even say this to this day, but my dad thought that I was going to be a professional baseball player.
Really?
Yeah. I was always really good at baseball, but it just, again, I think like Ken's, it wasn't like fast enough really for me, and that was how I got a little chubby too, was I would always kind of go play baseball and chew a bunch of gum and eat seeds, and we would be eating hot dogs and burgers in the dugout. And
to me, that's what baseball is though. It's like just hanging with the boys.
It is. And that's where like most of my best memories with youth sports comes from playing baseball, because you have those moments, you're just hanging out. Whereas like basketball, you're going to tournaments, you're playing the whole time you're playing. And then football is just like football, you're playing like, what is it, 7 or 8 weeks, and then you're done.
Yeah.
The best part about football, youth football, was practice.
Yeah.
I loved practices. Like we practiced at that field next to the LASA.
Okay.
So it was like that grass field, and we would have the gas powered lights running, and
they still have those, I think.
Just when the exhaust, for 2.5 hours.
Whenever I smell like that exhaust or that gas, it reminds me of practice. It is like the most nostalgic kind of feeling that I get when I like either walk past those fields or I smell like an exhaust.
And those things had like big old knots.
Oh, dude.
It was gnarly field. That was like the freshman field.
Yeah.
So was that through Pop Warner that you were playing youth football?
Warner.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you start? How old were you?
I was 9.
Okay.
I was in 3rd grade when I started playing tackle. Yeah. Which was like, I loved it, man. I remember like being afraid of hitting. my first couple years. It's tough. And I actually just watched a YouTube video of our youth football team,
Oh, no way.
of our Pop Warner
Where'd
team.
they find that tape?
Dude, I have it on my phone. I can send it to you guys.
That's rad.
It was really cool. They made there was some dad that was really techie, and he made a video for us. But and I was watching some of the hitting drills, the Oklahoma drills and stuff we would do,
which I don't think they allow anymore in Oklahoma. Which it's such a great drill. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
it's the best, dude. Because you have linemen going, you have a linebacker and a fullback, and then you have a running back and a safety, and it was like the best drill.
Helmet to helmet, back to back. Brian's yet to experience the youth football. He hasn't let his kids. I'm like, Brian, you gotta do it.
Is gonna start this.
Yeah,
it's gonna change.
It's so different.
Oh, it's so different.
Now. Like the I'm gonna sound like an idiot because I really don't know anything about the science, but like the science behind little kids playing football and concussions, it's like
they're just going.
I don't know if I would, it's tough.
Like you don't know if you would let your kid do it, or
I think I would let my kid, but like as a parent, I understand
for sure. Well, it depends.
Not letting them play.
Totally. I'm like at 9, they're not hitting each other too hard yet, but when they get to like 12, 13, 14, I'm like, yeah, those boys are taking some hits.
My
sure,
logic,
like hard hits.
I was always too heavy to play, so I played basketball, volleyball, stuff that there was no weight limit. But I didn't play until freshman year, and it's like I was okay, right? I learned. It was maybe a steeper learning curve, but I was fine, and I think I was a better football player because I played other stuff.
Didn't you play quarterback too, or no?
My freshman year, I was a quarterback and a linebacker.
Slinging it. You were slinging the rock, dude.
No, I got to
a lot of handoffs.
No, dude, I was good.
Yeah, but
I was like the third string quarterback. I started at middle linebacker, and then we had the fifth. Did you guys do the fifth quarter or the? It was like. If you didn't start on Thursday
for the special kids.
Yes, the fifth quarter. I got to be quarterback for that team, and it was friggin' awesome. I threw touchdowns. It was awesome. But then I went to tight end, and then they put my hand in the dirt.
That was
it. That was all she wrote.
I heard.
Wait, what? So what age or what grade did you start playing line? Junior
of high school.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
I got from D-line tight end as a sophomore. I got pulled up to varsity as a sophomore, like during playoffs or whatever. And I was going to be you're going to be a tackle, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we need you in here. You're not that fast.
That also has got to be hard to take, right? You're like, I'm used to running routes as a tight end, catching.
You know what? I think it was.
You're like, I'm tired of running. typical offensive lineman.
You know what? And it was fun because it was like, I had a coach, Brad Buddy, who was first round pick, him and his dad, Ed Buddy, both to the Chiefs. And he was super intense, dude. He's actually coaching his grandson now with the 12-year-olds. And I've seen him and it's kind of cool to go full circle. But he would say things like, you can do things in between these white lines that you'll get arrested for off the field. And you're like, oh shit. Okay. Like, so it kind of, this physicality of it, I really started to enjoy. And lineman is a craft. Like, because you don't get to score the touchdowns and stuff, so you have to find ownership somewhere. And for me, it was like, I'm not going to get beat today, or I'm going to get 10 pancakes in this game. Like, there was little weird, stupid little OCD goals that I started to put on myself. And like, my kids played at Tribuco in Forvert on Sunday, and I have a vivid memory of playing at Tribuco. It was grass field. It was the only time we played a rain game, and we ran behind me and my buddy tight end, Jay Dixon. We probably ran, I don't know, 15, 20 times behind me. And this poor DN, dude, it was like, that was one of my highlight high school memories.
That was probably, that was me. My sophomore year of high school, I played outside backer.
Oh, dude.
And in Jaime's defense, it was a 3-4 at the time. I don't know if he's changed it, but I was the will. I was the will on the ball. Dude. And I was same height, 195, playing these freaking Pac-12 bound senior tackles, just getting moved by, this tackle at Mission. And then one of the Quessenberry brothers, when we went to play La Costa, and I'm just getting, this guy comes and pulls around the corner for me. And I'm like, trying to like dodge him. Like,
I can't take him on.
Take him on. No, because I have short arms. It's like, I'm not going to take him on and try to shed him. I'm going to try to get around. And of course, I just get out of my gap and the back just goes for like 20. Yeah. But I'm just like, dude, I can't like be on the ball here. Like, this isn't going to work against these guys that are playing in the Pac-12. But that, again, like, that's the best part about this town is like we're playing great talent.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, you know, to be able to like play against guys like that, like really, you know, that just made me better as a quarterback too. You know?
So when did you came in as a linebacker? So basketball was the main thing. Yeah.
So, well, I loved all the sports that I played. Like I was always good at it. Like I was always good at baseball, basketball, and football. You know, I think I loved basketball more than any other sport.
Yeah.
You know, that was kind of my first love.
Oh, look at that.
Dang.
Yeah, high
Dude,
school.
Terry, you're the best, bro. Hold on. Let me.
Sick.
Yeah, that is sick.
That gym is no more.
The kid with the bleached hair next to me is Cade. That's the other baseball player I was talking about.
Did he quit after freshman year too?
But I think he did. Yeah, he did. We both were like, dude, fuck this.
Look at that fierce competitor, though.
Yeah, that's just like, I didn't know what else to do with. I didn't know what to do with my hands. But yeah, man, I was always pretty good at sports, and then so I played linebacker and quarterback, like growing up, youth sports. I was always quarterback, and then I actually played tight end. I had to same kind of deal as you. I was overweight, and so this was because of baseball too. But in 7th grade, I ended up going to play for the Patriots, South Orange County Patriots. And to this day, like one of my favorite, if not my favorite coach that I've ever played for, Kevin Murphy, still in contact to this day, but one of the harder coaches I've ever played for. And I had to lose. I was too big for Pop Warner. And then I go to South Orange County and I still had to lose. I think it was like 8 or 10 pounds when I moved there.
Grader.
As a 7th grader, right?
What do you do?
I mean,
I don't even know.
It was, I say
carbs.
I say this now, and I've told my dad this. I think that was the best thing for me at the time. Because I was chunky. I was a pretty chunky kid and just had fat that I like didn't need because I had like grown quite a bit. And so I lost the weight and they had me play tight end and linebacker.
Okay.
And I got to, you know, catch touchdowns and just like have a great season at tight end. And that was amazing. Like I loved doing that. And I was like, man, this is sweet. Like my conditioning is better than it's ever been. Like I'm catching touchdowns
Sure.
and I'm hitting people, you know, and really like loving my role as like this guy that's not there. I never felt pressure playing quarterback as playing youth sports,
Sure.
but it was cool to like kind of have that.
Let loose.
Just let loose. I was like, literally, I'm just going to go run a great route. If I don't get the ball, whatever, I'm going to go block for my teammate. And then playing linebacker, it was like, all right, I'm going to go freaking hit somebody.
Sure.
And like, that was so fun for me. And
I'm sure that mentality though as quarterback helped.
Oh, for sure.
Where you're like, I'm going to just play loose and play.
For sure. That's helped me a ton.
When I'm out running, I'm going to be a runner.
Yeah, I think, my coach would probably want me to get down, but no, I think that definitely has helped my mentality throughout my entire career. But yeah, then 8th grade, I go back to quarterback. And then my freshman year of high school, I play on the freshman team. I play quarterback and linebacker, Mike linebacker. And then sophomore year, Jaime Ortiz, the head coach, you guys know, he wanted me to get on the field, and we had a senior quarterback that was in line to start. And so I played receiver and I played that outside linebacker position.
Gotcha.
And so that was kind of my road and then the last 2 games of that sophomore season, our senior got hurt. That's from my junior year.
Who's that?
Going into my junior season.
That's
and
that's so awesome.
Yeah. It was very sunny outside. I was like, dude, I'm going blind out here. They had me take way too many pictures. But yeah, and then so I started 2 games at the end of my sophomore season at quarterback, and then I played quarterback ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When did you know, like, okay, I'm gonna be able to play at the next level? Like getting sniffs from like the big colleges.
Yeah. So after that sophomore year, I know Utah offered me after that sophomore season.
You were after Travis.
Yeah.
So Travis had already established that Utah connection.
Yeah. So Trav was a senior when I was a freshman.
Okay.
He was class of 2012. So Travis had been there for a whole year at Utah. And
Travis Wilson.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Were you thinking too at this time, like, I want to be a pro athlete? Like, was that your mindset of?
No. I always dreamt of being a professional athlete but for me, I never thought like, oh, I'm going to I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go be a professional football player or basketball player or baseball player.
Just love sports.
I just loved like playing. And I think that's kind of the message that I like try to deliver when like coaches want me to go talk to like kids. It's so freaking hard to like try to say that to like high schoolers. Cause I remember when I was in high school, and because I had that mindset where I was already like, I'm already like having fun playing. And we would get guys like, you know, yourself, Trevor Inslee. Did you ever talk to us? I don't remember.
I was playing when you were in high school.
Right.
So
did he ever have you come out and talk? Like,
I came back and talked in like 16, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Cause like it was like a Thanksgiving window if we had like some time off or something, but it was.
But never in like the off season. You never come talk to the guys.
A handful of times. I've done it maybe 5 or 6 times.
Yeah. But again, that just goes
The
to
message.
show.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really like pay attention. Like it was like, I just want to like keep playing. Like, oh, we gotta listen to someone talk for 5 or 10 minutes.
Exactly. So
it was like,
yeah.
So I'm coming from that place, and now coach wants me to say something to the kids, and I'm like,
what?
These kids like, and as I'm talking, I'm seeing kids kind of like doing this thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure you guys get that in youth sports,
Sure.
but it's like, I'm like, all right, like you guys just go have fun.
Yeah.
Like have fun, be with your friends, and make smart decisions off the field. That's it.
That's it.
I got nothing for it. But like if I could, because if a guy wanted to talk for like 10 minutes, I wasn't going to remember anything he said. But if someone came up, like a former player were to come up and say, do this, this, and this, I'd remember those like 3 things that he said, just because that's how my mind works, you know, especially when I was that young. But yeah, I think I don't even remember what the question was. But
so you were a sophomore getting offers from Utah.
That's what.
Yeah, I got you.
That, like, was SC always because of Grandpa?
Yeah,
SC was that like a family? Like,
yeah. I mean, I always wanted to go to USC. You know, we had my dad's cousin had season tickets, and so we would get like 1 or 2. We would get 2 tickets, but to like 1 or 2 games a season. Sure. And so me and my dad would make the trip to LA, and we'd make it a whole thing. And I always loved going to USC games. Always loved watching that team, especially like, you know, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush. Those days were pretty fun. And even after that too, with like Sanchez, Barkley.
Who was the fullback at that time with Reggie Bush? Gosh, he was a great fullback at that same time.
Dale White?
Exactly.
He wasn't a fullback.
Lundell. Yeah, he was the backup.
He was a really good running back.
Yeah.
Also,
he ended up. Did he go in the first round?
He went to Tennessee, I think, and he played well. He was he got heavy and was like, but he was that whole team, man.
The whole team was stacked.
Those were the years I was at Cal, and we were always second fiddle to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And it sucked, and it was I don't like SC. No offense.
No,
it was because
we always beat you guys. No offense taken.
We split. There was when there was the Pac-10. We split it. You guys lost. SC lost to UCLA last game. I was drinking beers in the parking lot. We had just beat Stanford.
You drink beers, dude? That's sick.
We used to,
We're talking a lot about on the plane with Sean Payton.
I used to drink a lot of beers.
That's cool.
Not as much anymore, but so yeah, we lost to SC that year, but we split the Pac-10. So I have a ring that says Pac-10 champs.
Yeah.
Does not say
You're pretty proud of that. You're pretty proud of splitting that championship?
Hell yeah.
Dude.
2 Holiday Bowls and a Inside Bowl? Yeah, I'm excited about that.
That's awesome.
God dang it. Making me feel bad. Should have gone to the Rose Bowl one year. But
yeah, wait, how did that work out? So they just picked USC to go to the Rose Bowl instead of you guys? Or
Texas.
Oh, that's right. That was that year.
Mac Brown whined about
So we still went to the national championship game.
Yes.
Okay. And what was y'all's record?
10-2 maybe? 10-1. But we played, that was Katrina year, and we were supposed to play Southern Miss week 2, and we made it up in week 12, and we only won by 21.
Yeah.
Coach Tedford took a knee, kind of just, we were up by, I think, 3 scores, and that was enough to drop from 4 to 5 or whatever it was. And I remember we got our butts kicked by an A&M team, I think, in the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah.
Going from like Rose Bowl hype to Holiday Bowl,
and then losing.
And then getting smoked.
It's tough.
It was brutal.
Yeah. How fun is college football though? Like playing at SC in the Coliseum.
Oh, it was awesome.
And frankly, the only reason I don't like SC is because
he wants to clear it up.
I thought I was going to go to SC.
Yeah.
And I was fired up about it. The whole thing. Khalil, Drew Radovich, there was one other kid from down here, all got offers, and I was probably the fourth. So I'm stopped talking to everybody. I was going to go to SC or Arizona, and my senior year, no offers. Like I had an offer to Iowa, offer to Rice, and then I went to a kicking clinic actually in Vegas, and I long snapped at it, and they offered me a walk-on spot at Cal.
Interesting. Was in your experience playing at San Clemente, do you feel like San Clemente was always like a program that college coaches respected, or had that just kind of changed? Like
I think
2010s.
Yeah, I think recruiting changed. I think recruiting the reach got bigger. So I think when college coaches used to have to be on the road, like literally going to colleges and getting VHS tapes and doing the whole thing, I think San Clemente is off the beaten path. So recruiters would come to Mission Viejo and then maybe go back up to LA. So I think Ortiz does a great job of promoting his players, and he does a very good job of the whole one town, one team thing, really creating a kind of a buzz around his players. And I think my coaches might have been a little more old school, like, hey, if you're good enough, they will come.
Yeah.
And I was good enough, but I wasn't 6'5", I was 6'3". I wasn't 305, I was 290. I was just one standard deviation on the wrong side, but I could play.
Yeah, and there weren't like other potential D1 guys on San Clemente at that time, or
we
were
had
there?
Chris Miller, who was a good receiver. He went to Davis. We didn't really have a ton of guys.
Yeah.
So I was Trevor was like kind of the spearhead of a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of on the front end of like Travis, and then you.
Yeah.
And a lot of the Harlows and the guys that
Murphy.
came after. Yeah. Murphy's.
Yeah. Trevor was what, like 96 though, right? I think Inslee was 96, 97
he was
ish era.
Yeah, he was before the 2000s. But he broke all kinds of records and kind of put San Clemente on the map.
Oh, for sure.
And
100%.
I think I personally, like, I just fell through the cracks a little bit.
Yeah.
But it kind of adds to my story. Like, my story is of perseverance, kind of like in hindsight, being able to look at it, walked on at Cal, earned a scholarship, contributed, undrafted.
I didn't know you walked on.
Yeah, I walked on.
Where else were you thinking about going?
So I only had 2 offers, Iowa and Rice in Texas. And I wasn't ready. Part of me was like, because I was so close to playing the Pac-10. I was like, fuck it, I can play in the Pac-10. I want to play in the Pac-10.
Yeah.
And I had never been to Cal. My buddy growing up his family was a big Stanford family. But I did all the SC like junior day, and we went to an Auburn game, and I loved the environment. And we did a Coach O in the locker room with the Wild Boys. I don't know if they still did that when you were like, it was awesome. And I was like, that's where I want to go. So I kind of stopped talking to everyone and it was when there was letters and it wasn't on social media and all that stuff.
And they didn't show you any love, and now you hate them.
Yeah.
Now you
Well,
hate
and we
them.
Out for revenge.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we lost. And they're just that one freaking stupid song.
Yeah. And the fight on.
Yeah.
God, it's like, play another song.
They're
so good they don't have
That's
to.
the whole point. Just to piss you off. It works, dude. It totally works. Yeah.
And it's worked for 20 years.
Totally. But I didn't get offered to finish the question. Now I remember. But like, I didn't get offered by USC until later in my recruiting. So like, Utah was my first offer after sophomore year. I think they came and watched like a spring like 7-on-7 thing, and they ended up offering me there. And like, I remember to this day, like, not really understanding the gravity of like getting a full scholarship. I was like, what is an offer? Like, this was like going back to like me just wanting to have fun and play ball.
Sure.
Like I wasn't like, oh, I got to earn a scholarship to go to college, then to play in the NFL. It was like, I'm just playing, having fun. And then they're like, hey, Sam, like we want to offer you a scholarship to come play football at Utah. And I was like, oh, cool. You know, like
Sweet. Thanks.
I probably, as a high school sophomore, I was probably like, oh, sick. Like, cool. You know what I mean? Like that's probably how I
no
responded.
big deal. Just like,
and then I remember telling my parents, and they were kind of like shock and awe a little bit. And I was like, oh, I think this is a big deal.
Right.
And so that was when I first kind of realized that, oh, like I can play at the next level.
Right.
That was the first really moment where I was like, okay, I can do this at a high level one day. But it never stopped me from like wanting to get to that point, you know? And then the offers, once I got offered by Utah, it kind of just steamrolled a little bit. And then I got
had your pick.
hurt. Yeah, well, it steamrolled for a little bit, and then I broke my foot my junior year, the third game of the season.
Okay.
So I didn't play my whole junior season. I had 2.5 games of tape, and I ended up going to this Elite 11 camp. Right, this is like the saving. It wasn't with Bob. This is when it was Trent Dilfer. Yeah, RIP. Trent Dilfer
Gotcha.
took over Elite 11 for Bob. So it was that era. But yeah, I ended up going to like an Oakland regional with my dad, and had really no intention of like making the Elite 11. I just wanted to go to this camp, be seen by a couple of guys that, you know what they're doing, go get some good coaching. And yeah, again, had no intention of making it. And they gave me like the gold shirt, did the thing. And that's when it kind of took off, but I still didn't get offered by SC. And we had planned these visits that summer, junior summer going into senior year. And we planned visits to Duke, Northwestern, go back to Oregon. And then we were going to go to USC to like throw in front of Coach Sark and Clay Helton, the coaches at the time. And cause those were kind of the schools that I was thinking about going to. Utah as well was part of that. And so I was like, okay, like these are the schools I want to go to. And then I'm going to visit USC just to like go throw in front of them. Like if I get offered, I get offered, but might not happen. And, I literally probably threw like 20 footballs at that thing. And, Coach Sark took me in his office and offered me on the spot. And,
wow.
I think I committed like very shortly after that, like 3 or 4 days after that. But
wasn't Wilcox involved in that?
Wilcox was
in recruiting.
He was involved in recruiting, but he didn't recruit me because he was a defensive guy. Clay Helton was the guy who mainly recruited me, and he was a quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, and then Sark also was involved as well. But
so wild to think, and you're 18 years old at the time, 17, 18 years
17
old.
probably.
That's so crazy.
And then I think
because I was young for my grade too. It goes back to what we were kind of talking about earlier. But I always felt like that was.
And I think like I genuinely think that coaches see that. They're like, this kid's young, and he's balling because he's young, because he's a good athlete. I don't think you need it. Like, if you would have stayed in high school another year, would things have been much different? Probably not.
Well, I think right now, I think it would have hurt me because instead of getting drafted, like I got drafted when I was 20.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
I was 21 my first year, but like I eat shit in New York with the Jets. Like we did not have a good 3 years there. I don't do well in Carolina. And then I go be a backup in San Francisco, and then I have an opportunity now to go play in Minnesota, and I'm still like 26, 27.
Yeah.
So it was like I was young, and I had the opportunity to go, essentially just go play really good football while I'm still in my prime.
Exactly.
But I have 6 years of experience under my belt.
Yeah, but still young. Wow.
So I think at the end of the day, I think it really helped me in my career. There's no way of being able to tell what would have happened, obviously, but I think it helped me.
How was it going from SC, you're relatively close to home, 20 years old, you get 3rd overall pick, now you're in the big city. Like, what is that? Like, that had to have been nuts.
Yeah, it was. I think being away from home, it's funny, like I even like probably a couple of years ago, I would have said it didn't affect me that much. But I think it did. just because I'm so tight with my family, but also like my friends. Like I have a really good group of close friends from high school, and college for that matter, that are all kind of around this area, and so I go to, grow up in high school is great. Go to college, more of the same, by the beach, great weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all the little things that you don't even think about.
Had your support system.
100%. And then I go to New York, and it's Jersey, man. Yeah. It's like, it's grimy, it's gritty. I learned a lot about myself in that time though. But yeah, it was definitely
big media, big market
for sure.
I
was kind of used to that though at USC too.
True.
Like USC really trained me well for those media days. And, I remember like, the media stuff was always fun for me, because I was always kind of like, I would go up there and be like, all right, what questions are they going to try to get me on today?
Sure.
And that was always like a fun part for me a little bit. And so I had fun with the media up there, and nothing ever really happened except for the time I got mono. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember that story.
And ESPN they killed me with the graphic. Like they killed me with this graphic. You could probably find it, but it was like out indefinitely with mononucleosis. And it was, like the preseason, like shoots that you do for like ESPN or whatever. Yeah. I was like doing one of these and they put that up with like the mono thing. And it was just like, dude,
how'd you get mono?
I'm literally sitting at home. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's great. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. But, brutal, man.
They just run with things.
Brutal. And I ended up having to like just drink a ton of, protein shakes and try to keep the weight on. And that was like, it's a whole nother thing in itself. But that season, we ended up finishing our season 7-9. Like, I think we ended up winning like 6 of our last 8 games, something like that. Yeah. So like, it really like was a miracle. We went 7-9.
For sure.
And then the next year we just were terrible. And then I went to Carolina, but New York and Jersey were pretty tough.
They didn't treat you well. What was
it?
They
treated me great.
They treated you great.
Yeah.
But for career wise, like, was it the team? Was it cause you can't take full responsibility of that, right? Like it's gotta be like, everything's gotta be clicking, right? I mean, from the line to the court, like the organization, everything for this to work out.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I put a lot of blame on myself.
You do.
Yeah.
But you can't.
I do. And they're, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Like on Monday Night Football.
That's brutal, bro. Dude, are you kidding me, dude?
It was pretty brutal. But no, man, I really enjoyed my time in New York. And like, again, Brian, like we haven't even talked about this yet, but like the relationships that you build while you're like playing in the NFL, like even if you're on a team for just a year.
Yeah.
Like I've met some of my best friends in the world playing football and being on a team, and
make sure you keep those relationships.
Yeah.
Because that's like, I've been out 10 years. It's unique when a lot of your really good friends are all over the country. Just, hey dude, what's up? Just a text. Hey, how you doing? What's up? I do that. Try to do that like every couple months, just to keep those relationships. Like I was with the Niners. I wasn't there in the regular season at all. 2 off seasons. Some of those guys up there are my best buds.
Yeah.
Like Staley, I went to lunch with Staley he lives down in Carlsbad. We're going to try to do a monthly lunch. And it's like those relationships, those bonds, you can't have with anyone unless you do those things with them.
Right.
And so just like make sure when you're done and just cultivate those things, because they go away and it's like, it's a bummer when you're like, God dang it, I haven't talked to so-and-so. God, remember when we did this? It was so fun.
For sure. And like, there's a part of me too, like where some of my teammates will call and FaceTime their buddies from other teams that they're on. And I'm like, dude, I don't like do that enough, Yeah. And like in the moment though, like, I'm so busy. Like I'm watching film, I'm getting ready for the wedding. There's like so many things that I need to be doing, and like FaceTiming and texting my buddies isn't one of them.
Sure.
But I'm sure like definitely after I'm done playing, that is something that's a great call.
And I mean, you had that year you had in Minnesota was special. They can't take that away from you.
Are you kidding me?
Right? Like those are some special moments and memories for all those guys. Just because it was a short window doesn't take away from that it was special. So like,
Sure.
I don't know. Those are the things that I miss from football, to be honest with you, is like playing shadow boxing, like the dumb shit you do in the locker room.
How do you, is there a way that you, not like, cause you can't really substitute that,
can't.
right? But like, is there a way that you try to like do
you make an effort? Like I think you have to have common experiences with like new groups. Like in our life right now, it's all kid stuff. So like, hey, we remember when we went to this baseball tournament in Arizona and we had nothing to do with the baseball and the pool was whatever. You just create new memories.
Yeah.
And
that's cool.
you do those, but you just don't lose sight of the old ones, because like those are super special. And like we were very fortunate to kind of see behind the curtain and like get to do stuff that a lot of people don't get to do. So when I was done playing, I was pissed off at football, dude. Like I was like, because in my mind, I was like, kind of talked about the perseverance thread through my career. Started for 4 years. I'm like, I've proven that I deserve to be a starter and paid like a starter. I don't care about where I fall within this. Because when we were negotiating, it was like, I want to be in the top half of starting centers. I don't care about that. I just want to be compensated like a starter. Pay me what you paid me last year, and we're good. I believe in this team. I believe in what we're building here. My wife is invested in the city. Ken's was doing Habitat for Humanity, building houses. Katrina, like we were invested in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So I was bummed when I didn't get re-signed there.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I had proven that a undrafted kind of a no-name guy playing with Drew Brees and these stud guards works. Yeah. And I basically told on myself, if that makes any sense.
For sure.
But the silver lining for me was after I leave, there's a void. And I was like, fuck, I wish I could have had a contract and then you wouldn't have had to learn this lesson. But they ended up having to trade Jimmy Graham, who's another epic ginger.
Yeah. Is he a ginger?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Black ginger.
He is he's the double.
Jimmy is
he's black and he's a ginger.
Jimmy is the best. He was a freak, but they had to trade him.
How do you think Marshawn would respond to Jimmy Graham walking in the door, man?
I don't know.
He'd be like, wait, so if you're ginger and you're black, are you white?
Yeah.
Does it like reverse?
Jimmy, oh my God, I would love to get those two sitting down together.
Oh my God.
And frankly, anybody with Marshawn is
they said that Jimmy would fly.
It was exactly with
he
Jimmy
would fly
Buffett, too,
his like plane into like practice when he was in Seattle or something.
I just heard he was a huge pilot and would fly like a.
I just saw he was also
something.
he was rowing in Alaska. Was it?
Oh, he went from Antarctica to
That's what it was.
to like Chile or something, like whatever, the Cape Horn, whatever down there. And it was like they did it in a world record time. Yeah. He does like all the Red Bull flying, like he's nuts. He's like he was super into it. He's rebuilt planes and like these rad like old fighter jets, and he's doing some really, really cool stuff.
It's so interesting to see like some of the absolute beasts that are in the NFL that really like, they're not even, not to say Jimmy wasn't passionate about football, but they have like passions that go way further than football.
For sure.
And it's just so fascinating to see. It's like this guy just, all he probably wanted to do was like fly planes and go on these missions. And he was just like, I'm really good at football and I'm making a lot of money and I could do all this after that.
I can fund my stuff after that.
Yeah, exactly.
For him though, to see him like continuing with that lifestyle and like that quality of life, that's awesome.
Oh, it's so cool.
Because a lot of people probably can't do it, right? I mean, for one reason or another.
For sure.
But Jimmy was awesome, dude. Jimmy had a really hard, I don't know how much you know of him, but
I don't.
He was like adopted, had a very rough upbringing, and to have had the success and just be the person that he is, like, and he was a rookie when our second year in New Orleans, so he kind of opened up to like me and Ken's, and there was a handful of guys that were like enough in his circle where he kind of opened up, and he is just such a great human.
Yeah.
And ginger. So
Yeah,
And a ginger.
That's right.
And a ginger.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of questions that we wrote out that we were going to ask Sam.
I love that we
love that we didn't even have to open it. I'm like, nope, didn't have to.
No, I think that your journey, I know that you've talked a lot about like the success in Minnesota, the not getting re-signed there. What are you telling yourself? Like, what is your like, how do you knock it down?
Yeah. So I thought about it obviously for a while. And I knew people would frankly ask me this, when I signed in Seattle, and it's funny, like people think that it was a curated answer, but it's the truth and truly how I felt. So like I totally understand the move to go with the younger quarterback on a rookie deal, and signing these veteran players that you can maybe pay a little bit more while he's on his rookie deal, especially if you believe
like
in him.
the business side of it.
Yeah, the business side of it, I totally understand. And like, I think JJ's a good player. I think he's going to be a really good player in this league. I truly believe that. And, you know, for them to see that and be like, all right, we're going to, you know, Sam, that was a great year. But like the business part of it, it was like, okay, like, you know, I totally understand.
That's the hardest part of this whole
And
thing is
it really is. And it's kind of going back to your story too, with like the whole Saints thing. I'm sure they could have probably figured out a way to keep you, but I mean, you probably found it in your heart of hearts to maybe like understand that part of it.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
It's taken me a few years, and for me personally, as an undrafted free agent, I've came to terms with I got as much as I was going to get out of the NFL after having seen the business dealings and the egos and everybody decision makers, and you've experienced at a much higher level. But as the undrafted free agent walk-on guy that had no business, that got by because I was ready for my opportunity, I squeezed as much as I was going to squeeze. Like, and I'm cool with that now. But like initially when I was done playing, I was.
Yeah, you probably thought you could have played, you know, 5-6 more years at least.
I could give you one. In the right offense, I could give you me
right now.
Right now.
How old are you, Ryan?
Yeah.
40.
Has there ever been a center at 40 years old?
I think that would be more impressive than what Philip Rivers did this year coming back.
It would have to be an even defense, and they couldn't get into anything, any 3-down stuff. No, you can't do it. We have to stay at nickel.
And also, Chris Jones is not allowed anywhere near you.
Nope.
We'll tell Andy Reid right before the game, like, hey, like he's off limits. So bump him out to the 3.
Have him be inactive tonight.
Or just bump him outside. Yeah.
I'll just help.
How wild is it? Like how good of an athlete is Justin Jefferson and JSN as receivers? Like,
oh man, dude.
Is it like spectacular to watch those guys?
Yeah, it is, man. It's really spectacular to just kind of to just see them on a day-to-day, like, you know, just the things that they're able to do, whether it's, you know, in practice, in the weight room, you know, they're just, even like Jax, like JSN, before practice and before games, he does this, like, he stands on this like little Airx pad and like catches tennis balls and does these things. And you're just like, man, like I would be falling off that Airx pad after catching 1 or 2 of those. Right. And he's just like throwing them back and forth and practicing. But again, it's like, it's the little things that I'm sure you can attest to with like working with some beasts.
Yes.
Like they put in more work than people think outside of being on the field, but there is a little bit of like, I'm just better than you at what I do. And that's JSN, Jets, like those guys are better than a lot of other receivers. It's just is what it is.
They're so fun to watch too. I mean,
yeah. And no, you know, some receivers are going to put in all the work they can possibly put in, but they're never going to be as good as those guys. Like it's the way the world works. Unfortunately, sometimes unfair. It's a little unfair.
It is totally, unfair, but how lucky for you to be able to have a JSN at your disposal to, you know, have on your team. Are you kidding me?
Oh dude. Like I, you know, even in Minnesota, like playing with Justin, Jordan Addison too. Like there are so many guys, TJ Hawkinson, like I can go down the list, the O-line that we had, Aaron Jones as running back, our defense, and then Seattle, obviously we got a ton of guys there as well. But like, just being in like a really good situation, being in a good offense and having a good defense to be able to back you up when things aren't necessarily going your way. Because no matter how good your offense is, there's going to be some games throughout the season where you're not playing as good as you want to. And to be able to just have all those things around and kind of understand like, okay, like I don't necessarily have to do it all by myself.
Sure.
Because like, New York, Carolina didn't go great. But before that, whether it was USC or high school, obviously high school, like if I needed to get out of the pocket and make something happen, I could choose whatever play I wanted to and get out of the pocket and make a play. But it's in the NFL, dude, you don't have that luxury of just, oh yeah, let me just run away from Myles Garrett.
You're going to get chased down.
That's not a thing. Like this guy is there's beasts out there trying to hunt you down and tackle you. So I think just understanding like it's more of a mental game when you get to the NFL at quarterback. Like you got to understand where your checkdowns are, where your progressions are and what defense the defense is playing and kind of you got to be a step ahead. And I'm sure you played with Drew, like he was the master at it. Luke Kuechly, getting to know him a little bit while I was in Carolina, he always says Drew was the toughest quarterback he ever went against because there were times where Drew would take a 3-step drop and take one hitch and throw it to the running back. Yeah. And it was like, he didn't even go through his progression. He was like, the linebackers are just getting out there. I'm just going to dump it down. And Luke was like, dude, it was the most frustrating thing because it would be like, it'd be 2nd and 8 and they'd be like, all right, they're going to throw it or like run a screen or something. Or like 2nd and 9+. And he would just drop back, boom, dump it to Sproles, and Sproles would run for 10 yards for a first down. Or he would catch it, get north for 6, and it'd be 3rd and 2. Yeah. And it's just like, Luke would be like, dude, we had him 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10. And then all of a sudden, like, he just takes a freaking check down. Yeah. And they're getting a first down the next play. And it's like, those little things, like that's the fun part about quarterback in the NFL that you don't, being able to run around and make plays, that's fun. But the chess match that is the NFL and these new defenses that we're seeing every single year is, that's another really fun part about it. And it's probably why it's fun to coach youth sports too. Sure. You get to scheme people up and get people open. You know what I mean?
It's the best part about it. It's scheming it up. It's so much fun.
That's what's got to be exciting for you is you're being in this offense again. Now we can build, right? So it's like last year was like learning and like getting to know everybody and all this stuff. And you guys freaking killed it, right? It was a lot of chemistry. What can we do now? Right? Like, I always think about like, okay, you guys just won a Super Bowl. They talk about like letdown and all those things. Like, I feel like there isn't going to be a letdown because last year was the first year. Let's build. Like, you can have a mantra for the year of that. Like, is that something that you like going into the off season, like goals and
sure. And like there's things that, people always talk about, even like things that get into the building and, it's just like, okay, some people at the beginning of the season were like, not people in our building, but just people in general, media, all those things like, all right, this is kind of the team that we have, maybe not a championship team, but we'll be able to compete and then we'll be able to build for next year. And it's like, okay, now that we've won the whole thing, like, why can't we still have that mindset of like, dude, we still can build for next year. We can be so much better. So I totally agree with you. I think being in the same system's huge. Yeah. Hiring Brian Fleury as our offensive coordinator, similar system. Obviously, Clint gets the head job in Vegas, which super excited for him and that opportunity he has there. But Brian Fleury coming in and running the show, I think is going to be great. Very similar system, and just to be able to get with him this spring. Yeah, I think a lot of championship teams are built in the spring.
Sure.
Not just with X's and O's, but being able to spend, because you work Monday through Thursday and then you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How are you going to use that? It's all off time. Like, let's go play golf. Let's go to the bar. Let's go hang out with my teammates. Let's go watch a playoff basketball game. Like there's so many things that you can do with your teammates throughout that time that can build you to be this team that nobody wants to play.
You can come play putt-putt at Salty Turf. Right
exactly. Exactly. That's a good plug. That's a great plug. Yeah. We'll make sure we have that. We'll add that. We'll get that in the intro. Yeah. But
to the front.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, but you still got Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. Are they coming back too?
Ken's gone. So Ken's in
Chiefs.
Kansas City. Yeah. So it's like that's another part of the business, that it sucks. But it's, it is what it is kind of thing. There's people that are making those decisions that are quite frankly above my pay grade and just guys that they're in those positions to make those decisions because they've seen it, especially a guy like John Schneider. I mean, he's built so many solid teams, so many great teams. And so we all trust him as a GM. And but again, it's part of that deal, man, where, you build such a great team and you build such great chemistry, and you're never going to have the same exact team that you had the year before. You're never going to have that. And that's the unfortunate part about the NFL, but it's also why you love it. Yeah. There's nothing like it. And it makes you, it really does. Like, it makes you like stay present throughout the season. Like every single week is so tough and you got to prepare 1 week at a time. But it makes you so present in those moments, whether it's at practice or even after practice, hanging out with the fellas. So, yeah.
Super Bowl experience. So like leading up to it, the hoopla. I lost in the division round twice. So I never fully got to experience that, like the only thing happening, right? You kind of felt it in those early rounds, right? Like, hey, this is the only game on right now. There's a lot of writing on this. You can feel the energy. It's different. Those playoff games are different. The leading up to it, what was that like?
Yeah.
Was it a normal week for you? Like maybe a little more media?
No, it was a normal week. So we get all of our, so it's a two week deal. We have 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. The first week we install our entire game plan
in Seattle.
And then we fly to Santa Clara, San Jose. We get to that area Sunday night, and then Monday
we have using Niners facilities, like, or are you practicing? Where did you practice?
We practice at San Jose, San Jose State. I think the Patriots got to use the Niners facilities, but yeah, and then we were at San Jose State. But Monday, Tuesday is like big media day for all the players. We're all doing media. It's like.
Was there any wild media, like wacky people asking you questions?
A ton. You could probably look it up, but I mean, there's.
What was the like weirdest, wildest one? Especially being.
Well, dude, there was a guy that asked me. I guess he just went up to Drew Lock and he was like, he like told Drew that he had a horrible mustache and then he asked Drew about like, oh, if you were to get into the game, like, would you be confident to like play? And Drew was like, oh yeah, like I'd feel really confident to play. And he was like, hopefully I would be able to get in, when it's all said and done, like after we've been up by like 40 points and I get to go in and hand the ball off a couple times to run the clock out. That's what Drew said. And this guy comes up to me and he's like, hey, I was just talking to Drew Lock, which by the way, he has a horrible mustache. Like, I don't know what he's doing. And he also said that he wants to get in and play on Sunday for the Super Bowl. Like, what do you think about that? It was like one of those, like, what do you think about that?
Trolling you.
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I think Drew's mustache is great. And I love Drew as a team. And that's like all I said. But I was in that mode where I was like, I'm not going to like fuck with anybody. I'm just like answering the question and moving on.
Yes.
Cause like there were so many questions that were just like out of left field and like just trying to like feed whatever they wanted you to say. Like it was
feed
like
the machine, get a piece of click,
Yeah.
like
well, there's always
whatever.
There's always people that are like, what's your favorite TV show right now? And like they'll put like a clip of me saying my favorite TV show, Cooper Kupp, AJ Barner, Devin Witherspoon, all these guys, and they just go around asking this question. And it's like, that's what you do for about an hour and a half on Monday, and then you leave, go to bed, and you do it again on Tuesday, and Wednesday you finally get to practice, and that's when it's kind of like, all right, we're kind of down the home stretch. You practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you do your thing.
Normal week, like
Normal week after
install,
that.
all that stuff.
Normal week after that. But yeah, Monday and Tuesday can be pretty.
Did you have distractions being close to home? Like, how did you manage family and friends?
No, that's another great thing about, I think, being from here, having a family that kind of understands
Sure.
The weight of the situation.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of guys from a lot of different areas that their family just wants to be with, their kid
Sure.
for that time while he's going through the Super Bowl. They want to go through it with him, and it's like, no, like, I need to prepare, I need to do my thing. And they totally understood that, and they let me breathe a little bit that week, which was, I'm so fortunate to have a great family that would even do that. And so, yeah, they were very, very chill all week, and they were able to do like a ton of things in San Francisco and keep themselves busy. But yeah, so it was a really good week. It really was. And leading up to the game, yeah, it was crazy, man.
That's okay. So they're great. They had a good time. You win. I know you went to Disneyland. What's the
Did you see the teacups? Did you see me riding in the teacups? I know,
like, what is that? Like, yeah. You hear that, right? Growing up, I'm going to Disneyland. Yeah. What is that? Like, what is that experience? Like, you flew home that night, or how's that all work?
Yeah. So we win the game, party.
Is that something the team set up? You guys have a place you're going?
Yep. Yeah. There was like this conference center that we were at. T-Pain and Ludacris showed up and played for us, which was pretty cool. And then, but yeah, I was fortunate to have like most of my best friends there, which was pretty cool.
What a
and then my family, we all partied, had a good time, and then had to wake up early the next morning. And Disney flew us out to Disneyland on the private jet, and it was a cool experience. And it was funny though. The first thing that they had us do was ride the teacups, and I was like, "This is gonna be the first thing we do. first thing in the morning. We're gonna hungover. We're gonna ride the teacups, like, and then we're gonna go do 4 hours of media. Like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Is that the biggest thing? It's like a media, like,
yeah.
What if
you ride in a parade, you wave for about an hour?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can see you have
that. And you flew back up.
And then, yeah, fly right back up to Seattle and do the chill the next day, chill Tuesday. And then we did the parade on Wednesday.
How was that?
The parade was probably my favorite part.
I mean, I've played in Seattle. That was one of the divisional games we lost.
More than a million people.
No
Where
way.
was it?
More than a million people
downtown?
on the streets. Yep.
Where was the end?
I don't even know, dude.
I'm trying to think.
I don't remember. No, I'm kidding. I do remember. But it was pretty wild.
That's so rad.
Yeah, it was fun.
And did you have to talk to a million people?
No,
you didn't like have to.
No,
you're Jason Kelsey.
You're on a bus. Well, oh yeah. So I did
at the end.
We did it at the beginning.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yes.
So like I could actually enjoy the parade.
Yes. I've been so stressed.
Yeah. I ended up talking to it was our whole stadium was filled with fans, and that was pretty special.
Was it like talking to high school kids? Like you just
did
something super short and just
no. I was living in the moment. Yeah.
So rad.
I did a cool little intro for our tight end, AJ Barner. I was like, this guy doesn't get a lot of credit. He blocks, he catches passes. He actually caught a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. And
dude,
AJ had a sick like fur coat on too, so he was doing the whole thing.
Is he a character?
He's great, man. He's awesome.
Just watching your guys' games this season, he seems like he'd be one of the fun guys alive.
Yeah. He's awesome. He is all ball though. Yeah. He like loves football. That's awesome. Like he will ask me like 5 different questions about like an out route he's running. You know what I mean? He's like super into the details and almost to a fault where it's like, dude, just like run your route. And I've told him that. So like if he hears this, it's not a big deal, but I'm like, bro, just run the same route we've been running since OTAs. You'll be great.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. And
don't overthink it.
But again, that's like the players you want to play with. You know what I mean? Like guys that really care about it. And you would rather have that conversation like, hey, don't think about it too much, rather than like, hey, like this is what you got to do. Like get in your playbook. But
Talk about the fan base up there.
That's a great question. I was going to ask that.
I mean,
different than New York, Seattle fans.
Unreal, man.
I played up there. We weren't very good I was there for like half the season
In Seattle.
I was up there. Actually had 2 go-rounds, Coach Mora and then with Coach Carroll for a cup of coffee. I flew in on a
cup of coffee.
I was literally there. I flew up on a Wednesday morning, missed meetings, practice. I think I was cut Friday afternoon.
Oh, shoot.
And that was my 3rd year. And I was like, it's done.
And
that was before New Orleans called. I wasn't on a team for 4 weeks after that. And I was like, fuck.
You're done.
Brutal.
What were you thinking?
I was calling up my Cal connections and like trying to get my resume figured out and like, all right, let's do this. Like, that was
like, damn, maybe I should have gone to class.
Yes. What was my major?
Yeah.
Do I need to go to law school for that? I don't want to do that.
That's insane though, to like come back from that. Like
it was wild, dude. It was, yeah. I mean, 3 weeks is enough to be like, I went up to a Cal game. I forget who we played, but I went up there with the intent. We had a guy, Mike Anderson, that helped you with networking after. I'm sure SC has the same kind of a thing. Getting your resume lined up, let's set up 7 meetings with 7 different types of jobs. And let's see who's the Cal network down in the LA area.
God, how depressing though to think that you got to go get a real job after that. Like,
but for me, it was like I made money for 3 years with no expectation of making money. And it was awesome. And we got to live all over the country.
Yeah.
See, that's such a good perspective.
It was so
that a lot of guys wouldn't.
Oh.
And I think, to be honest with you, I think that having that perspective is what
kept you in it.
Kept me in it, because I was like, Tuesdays at 4:00 was like, hey, we made it another week. We're getting like, hell yeah. We're in, like, we would celebrate Tuesdays because that was when they set the rosters.
Yeah.
And for those first 3 years, it was like chasing that Tuesdays at 4:00.
Wow.
And
week to week, dude, that's gnarly.
And I never got more than a 1-year contract. It was all, and it's to string an 8-year career together, like pretty cool.
It's
and I have that.
Could have got 9. Though.
Could have got.
Could give you one more. That's 3 years. No, I don't think I had it in me. My ankle was done.
Oh, ankle. That was the thing.
Yeah.
Dang. What'd you do?
I tore a tendon in my ankle. Had surgery on it.
Tightrope.
Or
was it?
It was no contact. One of those injuries.
Oh man.
I was just redirecting. We were playing Tampa, and I sat down on a shade.
On grass too, or turf?
At Soldier Field. It was on grass, long grass. I don't know if that plays a part in it, but
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of my only regrets my career is that I should have re-signed with the Bears. The player personnel guy from New Orleans, Ryan Pace, got the head job GM in Chicago.
All right.
And he calls me, DLP, and we had a good relationship in New Orleans. I want you to be my guy in Chicago. The new head coach is going to draft, and then we're going to bring in a veteran guy, and then we're going to draft a guy. And I remember sitting my dad here, listening to the conversation, and I said, Ryan, I'm a starter in this league. I'm not coming and signing a 1-year minimum deal. I'm not doing it. And I see my dad like do this, drop his head, and my ego got in the way. And I was frustrated. I should have gone back. They drafted a kid from Oregon that was undersized and didn't end up really doing anything. And then a veteran guy that I could have beaten out, and who knows,
Yeah. But I know the guy from Oregon you're talking about, by the way.
What's this, Grassu or something like that?
Yeah. I trained with him. Horonis.
I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Yeah. He's great.
He was little, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's smaller.
He's like
smaller for a
280 guy, 285
yeah,
guy.
Athletic though. But he was around for a while, I think. I don't know if he's still playing or not, but
he played a handful of years. But the icing on the cake there was so I had played for Coach Fox in Carolina with when Jordan Gross got hurt.
Yep.
I was there for 8 weeks ish. Coach Fox called me as part of like this little sales pitch. And he introduced himself on the phone, and I was like, I was on your team, dude, and you don't remember me?
No way.
And that played a role in it too. I was like, you know what, dude, I'm not coming to this place. You don't even know.
Yeah.
So that
That's
at that
tough.
point, my ego was I was confused.
But also, like, come on, coach.
I know.
Like, that's bad.
It's a bad look. And
Yeah.
you're like,
KYP.
Yeah. But also, you joined what, middle of the season in Carolina, or you were? Yeah. There's a lot going on.
a lot going on.
For sure.
And he's the head coach. So like,
Yeah.
but in the moment,
Yeah.
I was like, I told Pace, I'm like, it's not happening, dude. And then I wasn't on a team until week 8 the next year.
John's also gonna have a guy like, hey, like Brian was here.
Here's your
mid-season.
sheet.
Yeah. Here's your sheet. Like,
Hey, he was on your team for 2 months.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But again, had you even squeezed that out,
Who knows, dude? I
can't
rehabbed
even
there,
beat yourself up over that.
and that it would have been a 1-year deal, and then who knows?
Yeah.
But
There's so many like,
what if?
Woulda, coulda,
Yeah.
shoulda, dude.
like what would have happened?
Can't even think about it.
Oh man.
Just enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
And just drive.
Yes. But
Every
see,
day,
like,
dude, I know. I can't.
that's such a like happy-go-lucky attitude where like it's so fun to think about. Like, dude, what if I would have just like re-signed with Chicago? Would I still be playing?
Yeah.
Dude, you never know.
40 years old playing center. I mean,
Yeah,
No.
you never know.
you could do it.
Awesome, Sam. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for coming on, dude. Thanks for being if someone were to ask me to describe Sam, I'd be like humble, but a fierce competitor. Super cool, just like one of the boys. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on. DLP, I don't know if I'm landing
I'm
the
just-
plane right now. I know you could probably talk to
No,
Sam
I'm just
for hours and
I'm
hours. But
stoked that we got to. I think it's been a long time coming, and I'm so proud of you. I texted your mom. I said, seeing my kids look at you, you are such a good example for teammate, leader, all the things thrust into this role. So I thank you for being a good role model to my boys.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, of course.
Super cool, dude. I'm so stoked for you. Everybody around here freaking loves you. And it couldn't be for a better kid. So
Yeah.
stoked for you. Thanks for coming on. I know this is a big one for us. We were stoked to have you. And I know it's a busy time for you, but
No, man,
we
this is
appreciate
great. Like I said, I'm getting married here in a few days. I think like 10 days, but yeah, it's really not too busy. I try to I try to keep myself not very busy during the off season, so I have opportunities to do things like this, things that actually matter to me. So yeah, if you guys want another episode here in the next like 2 weeks or so, no, I'm joking.
yeah. No,
if
dude,
not, good luck this season, dude.
Yeah, well,
We're all rooting for
I
you.
gotta come by and catch a youth sports game at some point.
for sure.
I gotta. What season is it right now?
Like, just show up.
Basketball,
Baseball.
baseball.
Yeah, just show up.
That'd be sick. Where do you guys play most of your games? Vista Hermosa?
And
Okay.
what about Vista Bahia too?
Dude,
It's like
we,
a gem.
I was just playing the Muni.
Oh,
We saw Vista Bahia, and I was like,
I
I've
love
actually
par 3.
never played there, but
It's
I did.
so sick.
I did play beer ball last time in high school.
dude, they've got the underground dugouts too, like the true
totally
MLB dugouts, dude.
Yeah.
Ocean view in the background, Muni. It's
Yeah.
it's heaven on earth there, dude.
Yeah, it's epic.
And
But no, I do appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely.
Well,